Hello, everyone. So I'm here. I am TOTstyles. I'm here to test the theory. That's the only reason why I'm here. So I have a tip that's not a full nail. It's only like I guess what you call this, a quarter tip. I don't know. And then I have a full tip. But my theory is, can I glue this to this, put acrylic on top, and then drill it down to make one whole nail? I don't know. So I'm really only on here to test a theory. So first, we're going to just get right into it because I'm not on here to sell y'all shit today. Okay, I'm on vacation and I decided, girl, let's see what it do. So let's go ahead and pop the top on this. So I'm going to add a little glue here. I'm going to go ahead and put the top back on this because I'm done with it. I've already prepped this nail, so I'm just going to go ahead and line that puppy up like so. Again, I'm testing the theory. I really don't know if it's going to work or not. This is some really good gel. I mean, nail glue, I can't find. Let's see. I don't know if this is charge for me to work it. Let's go ahead and I have a little 3D light on here and see if that works. Okay, I think that's sufficient. So now I'm going to put this, well, I guess I don't need to do that part. So now let me get to this acrylic. Paper towel. I found these little things. So I'm going to use this to put my polymer in, which is the powder. And of course, this thing came with a dapping dish that I can use to put the liquid in. I don't feel like I need that much. I'm actually, what did I do with it? I'm going to put a mask on. So I won't be talking much. So you guys, well, if I can talk and you guys can hear, then I will. Y'all can hear, yeah, y'all can hear me, right? Okay. What did I do with the kit? Oh, the fuck on, here it is. I thought I already took the powder out though. But I'll use this brush. I thought there's the powder. We're gonna use this powder, which is number 3. I haven't used this yet, so I'm just gonna put a little bit in here. And then what I'm gonna do, it broke. It broke. So let me work backwards. The nail broke off, so I'm gonna work backwards in doing this to test my theory. So I'm gonna hold that in place. I'm gonna go ahead and wet my brush out. Welcome in, welcome in. And I feel like it'll work, but I don't really know. But we're gonna find out together if this is possible. So let me pick up my first ball. And need to move my finger out the way. Shit. We're going to see if this is going to work the way I think it should work. Because if it does, this will now be a game changer for me. That's going to take a minute for it to set on this one side. Y'all welcome in over there. Welcome in on YouTube. So I'm kind of upset because my finger is too it's down too low, and I can't really move my finger until this sets. But I'm hoping this works. Because if this works, I'm gonna go ahead and do some nail art on this nail. Okay. So now I was able to move my nail so you guys can see where we're at and what we're trying to do. Again, I'm just trying to test a theory that I had, and I could have did this off camera, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go live real quick and test this theory out. Because if it works, perfecto. I feel like I need more powder. I don't know if y'all can y'all see what I'm doing over there? So it's almost like I want the acrylic to be the bonding agent between the two nails. So that's actually what I'm trying to get going over here. All right, let me get a little, where did I put the powder? I need more powder. Welcome in, Patricia. Hey, Jackie. I'm testing a theory over here. I don't know if it's going to work, but if it works, I definitely will have a game changer situation on my hands. Okay, so welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Y'all know I'm usually off today, and I said I was on vacation because I'm waiting on my nail brush to come. But I wanted to test this theory that started swirling around in my head. And if this works, then this changes a lot of stuff for me. So I took a regular nail tip, attached a longer nail tip, and now I'm actually working to extend this out using acrylic. And then what I'll do is I'll go in and drill this down to fuse it into one nail. That's the ultimate goal. Ew. So I don't need to really do the whole nail in acrylic. I just need to do this area that I'm trying to fuse together in acrylic. Oh, come on. So this is where we're at. So we're just gonna keep working to build this out to attach the two nails together. I feel like it's working. Thank you, Sparkly T. How you doing, boo? Welcome in. This is getting a little messy. I didn't have enough acrylic on that one. Oh, excuse me. Thank you for the heartbeat. Uh-oh, child. That was way too dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and add me some more liquid to this so I can pat it down and blend it in. Yep, that's working. And I really didn't want to go all the way down to the end of this with acrylic because I'm really just doing it to bond two nails together to create this longer nail. So it was me just testing a theory. But now we got to see it all the way through, my boy. I feel like it's doing what I want it to do. Now I need, let me add some more monomer in here. So you guys on YouTube, so you guys can see where we're at. You guys on TikTok will see where we're at. Of course, we need some more powder, child. This is why I kind of paused the last because I ordered a new brush because these brushes right here, they don't pick up enough product for me at one time. Okay, I appreciate you. They don't pick up enough product and it takes longer to do it. But I guess if you're new and you're just learning how to work with acrylic, it's more of a perfect brush for new people because you can pick up a smaller ball and learn how to control the products. But for me, I'm trying to just get the product on there so I can do what the heck I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and just keep spreading this all the way to the end. Since we on here at this point, because I'm gonna have to go in and drill it down anyway. But I'm not a fan of this brush. Welcome in, Eunice. You guys, Eunice, I took her sewing machine making class to learn how to make wigs. I actually took her class. I took the London Wig Makers class. I took Tamika's class, and it was one other lady. I took their class. I took quite a few classes when I was learning how to make wigs, and I don't do none of it. I'm like fully retired. Okay, we almost to the tip. So this acrylic is more of a reinforcement to fuse the two nails together. And now I need to go on with a really big stress ball. I want that to go about right here. So if you guys can see where I'm putting my stress ball at. And I'm actually going to back brush that. And then we're going to bring it forward. Now I'm just going in anywhere I feel like I need some extra acrylic. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey, little bougie. Okay, now I'm going to have to go on with my nail drill afterwards. Testing out a theory to see if I can use acrylic to fuse a short nail with a long tip to create one big nail. And I think it works, but we got to wait for this to set so we can confirm. Okay. So let me let that. You try to clean my brush out some. I hate these brushes. Which I mean, the kit is only $8, so you can't expect to get. No, I'm a retired cosmetologist. So I really don't do anything, baby. I just be on here showing people nail art. So I don't do anything. I'm in my 7th year of retirement. But if you're in Houston and you need a braider, I can point you to one. At early, actually, toward the end of last year, it might have been early part of this year. I think it was last year. I was considering coming out of retirement to do K-tips. And I realized I don't want to do it. Anything that feel like work, I really don't want to do it. I love my day job, but my day job doesn't feel like work. But going back behind the chair, that's work. That's work, and I don't want to do it. So I decided not to, and then I started playing around with nail art. And I said, oh, that's what I can do. I can just teach people nail art on live. And at the same time, I'm really just showing you guys what I'm doing to create my own nail sets because I stopped going to the nail shop. So I actually create my own sets on here. Ooh, I'm liking how this is looking, y'all. Thank you, little bougie. I'm loving my retirement. This is actually my third. I retired from being a cosmetologist a total of 3 times. And I think this is the final one because I really just don't see me going back. But I put like over 25 years in behind the chair, platform artist, educator, owned 2 salons, traveling throughout the U.S., working at large hair shows, cosmetology schools, going into different salons as well. Like I had a really good run. I had celebrity clients also. I'm just like, you know what? I'm good with it. Oh, I can are you in Houston? Because I can refer you to the lady to braid my hair. She's good and quick. Her name's Mariah. Actually got a video on my page and she's tagged in it. But she's really quick. She braids my son's hair too for cornrows. Okay, I think we're good with where we're at on this. I might need one more little bowl right here. All right, y'all, we're going to let this dry and then we're going to test this theory because when I go to drill it, it's going to do one or two things. It's either going to come together as one nail or it's going to break apart. It's going to do one of the two. So I'm hoping it's going to. That's a little messy. Uh-oh. I'm hoping it's going to stay together as one nice nail. Trying to be sure it's just one smooth nail and I don't have any lumps because I don't want to have to go fill nothing in. Okay, so you guys can see that's what we have. You always want to go and look down the middle as well. Let's see if you got anything. You want to look from both sides. It's kind of hard to look from the end, but if you can, well, you can with this. It's kind of hard when you're dealing with a client. But I think we have a pretty good nail here. Okay. So we're going to let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning my brush because it has a lot of acrylic in it. Hey, Winterfred. Thank you, Sparkly Tea. And I laid this thing down and messed it up a little bit. Hold on. I can sit it up there so it can dry. And then I can go ahead while that's drying and start cleaning this brush out. Because as long as your brush is staying wet, the acrylic won't set. But as soon as it starts drying and you have acrylic in your brush, it's going to, thank y'all for getting me the 2,000 likes. It's going to mess your brush up. Which these brushes are not the best. Ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Ain't gonna hold y'all. They not the best brushes. Okay, so now this powder is done, so I can just kind of fold that in here. And this is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out. because that's done. But what I'm gonna do is put some clean acrylic in here. I'm sorry, not clean acrylic, clean monomer. I don't have brush cleaner, so I'm using this. And then you can also go in, if you have a brush cleaner, use your brush cleaner to clean your brush. And you can also go in with acetone as well, but the acetone can tend to dry your brush out. So I'm just cleaning this off. By the time I finish cleaning this brush, that nail should be pretty set. Okay, so we got all of that out. Where my acetone is way over here. Hold on. Okay, so we got all of this. And I don't have any more paper towels over here, but I do have these lint-free wipes. So I'm going to use some of this. And I'm just taking that around my nail. You see the acrylic kind of set in a little bit. Oh. But it's still fresh enough that I can just wipe it off. Okay. So we got that out the way. Now I'm gonna use this around here as well, around my jar. Well, it's actually called a dapping dish. Because you use it to dappen your brush. So I'm just going in and cleaning the acrylic from off of here. And again, while I'm doing that, that nail that we were working with to fuse together is drying. So by the time I'm finished, it should be dry. So the acetone helps to remove any acrylic that actually set in on here. It actually helps to remove that. So this is now nice and clean, so I can put that in here. I'm done with the powder, so I can put that in there. And then trying to get my brush back to life. I'm just gonna go in this with some acetone and pull this through on my brush. But again, remember, these are they're not the best brushes. The entire kit comes with your monomer. It comes with 3 polymers, which is your, where did the thing go? Which is your powders. It comes with 3 brushes. And it also comes with the dapping dish and nail forms. All of that was $8. So don't expect to get all that for $8 and you're going to get some really good brushes, because you don't. You just don't get really good brushes. So what I'm doing is still working my brush, because I want my brush to be flat. You want it to be flat so when it dries, it's flat. And like if your brush has bristles just going everywhere, the brush is not good for nothing. You want it to be put together and flat so it can dry. If it's not doing that, you probably have some acrylic in there. meaning the monomer and the polymer together, and then it's going to dry where you're just going to have to toss your brush. So notice how my brush is now starting to go flat as I'm doing that. You want it to be flat. So I'm being sure that there's nothing in this brush. I'm literally pulling it all out. And the brush is now good where it's going to dry flat. Okay, so now all of this right here is trash. And I'm going to just use this because this is going to be a trash bag now. I don't have I dumped my trash today and I didn't put a new garbage bag in there. So we're just going to stuff everything in here. Stuff it. All right. All right, so all of this is trash. That'll go over into the trash can. And now, this is the nail. Now, the way that you can tell if a nail is dry when you're doing acrylic, when you tap on it, it should be hard. If you don't hear a noise, it's still soft. You should hear that. So if I didn't hear this, that means this nail is still hard. So the first thing I want to do is go in around the sides. So if you can see right here, these sides, that's the first thing I want to do. You want to get your shape together. So I'm going to hold it right here. You can see the smaller nail right here. And then this is the nail tip that I fused on. And the theory is that if I fuse the two of those together with glue and then put acrylic on top, the acrylic is eventually going to set to hold both of them together. So we're going to see, because one of two things are going to happen. It's either going to stay together, or as I'm filing it, it's going to fall apart. So I'm still just filing it together to make it one nail. And what I'm doing first is going down the side to make these sides even. So if you guys can see, there's like a little groove right here. So this groove down on this end is from the nail tip, and up here is from, excuse me, the other tip that I added to it. So I want to be sure I can just make this one flat side. Okay, so now that we did that, we're going to go in with our Melody Susie drill. And I'm going to start at the bottom, up underneath. Now there's a piece of tape in here. We're going to pull that out. So this is the tape that I had under there as well. And then you can see in here, we're going to drill all of that out. And again, the theory is if this works, the whole nail should stay together. If this doesn't work, it should fall apart. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off because the nail is long enough where I can hold the nail myself. And we are still drilling. Okay, so this is where we're at on the inside so far. So now I'm gonna come down to this bottom side and drill all of this part in. And this is actually going to be the part where I start to drill away that nail tip that's there. So just so you guys can see for reference, you can see the nail tip right here. This is the whole nail tip. So it was a nail tip that was like this. And then my other tip is over there, but you can't see it because it's on top. And let's see, probably about right down in here. It fuses together. I did some glue, the glue popped, so then I started doing the acrylic on top. So this is the nail that's under there, and then we have the other nail that we put on top. So I'm gonna go in and finish drilling this. So this nail should get drilled down where it's smooth like this. And that way, if you apply it, it just would apply to the person's nail. So we're gonna keep drilling. Okay, so we just took the piece of tape out because we did have a piece of tape in there as well. So okay, that's some more of the glue. So you can see right here where the fusion happens. So I need to smooth that part. So I want to switch. Let's switch this out. Where are my nail drills? Okay, so I'm going in with this drill bit now. So I'm just drilling this. We'll try to show you guys so you can see. Okay, so this is where we're at. We still drilling down. I think it works. Okay, let's keep going. Thank y'all for liking the live. Hey Josh, welcome in. Hey at BB, thank you Sparkly T. Okay, I'm coming down here because I need some light. Hold on. I need some light, honey. Turn on the lights and light a candle. Hold on, y'all. Let me put my light up. I'm gonna move this out the way. Oh crap! I don't have. Y'all, I have this thing, and it's probably way over there. I thought I bought it over here. I have this new attachment that it gives me 4 USB ports. Shoot. Hold on, maybe I'll unplug that one to plug this one in. I need to be sure I bring that one over here. Okay, because I need a little bit of light. I'm sorry over on YouTube because it done made it real dark for y'all. I'm so sorry. And y'all, right now I'm just I'm still drilling to fuse these 2 nails together. I actually think it works based on where we're at. Okay, because now we've hollowed that out. This is what we have. So now I'm going to start drilling. And baby, let me just say, this is a lot of work. We have been on this live almost an hour, and this is only for one nail. Okay, now I'm gonna switch back. Actually, before we switch, I'm gonna go in with this one. So we gotta go through a couple drills. Okay, thank you, Sparkly T. I appreciate you. Look at y'all, got me almost up to 10. Hold on. Okay, so let's put my original drill bit back on, which was this one. Shout out to the Melody Susie drill. That's the drill I was using in case you guys were wondering. Now what we're gonna do, this is where we're at right here. Hey, Eric. So now I'm going to go in. The rest of this is going to be foul work. I don't care how good you are at using a drill. I feel like file work really solidifies the nail. Like when I was doing nails, we didn't have nail drills. Nail drills came out um, right toward the intersection where I was deciding if I want to just stick with hair or stick with nails. I had to choose one because when I got my license for the first couple of years, I was doing both. And I decided I had to choose a lane. I had to literally niche down. And I decided to go with hair. But back then, when it came to doing nails, there was no electric nail file. So all of the filing was done by hand. There was no electric nail file. So we had nail files galore. Woo! Y'all, I'm so glad this thought crossed my mind. And now I think all I would need to do is to keep playing with this same process to perfect it and make it a little bit easier. Because I have all of these nails that they don't have the base to it. It's just like the 3/4 tip. And I was like, well, I'm not about to be doing people's nails. So I was trying to figure out like what would I do with that? Now, another thing you can do with those, which I used to do back in my nail heyday when I running late from the shop and I get home and I need to do my nails because I'm going somewhere, I would just put on the tip, glue it to my nail bed, file it down to where it was even. Then I would polish my nails and go out and do whatever I had to do. And I didn't care if they popped the next day or whenever they popped, but they would at least last for that event. So that's another way that you can use these tips, especially if you're putting gel polish on top, because the gel polish is going to last a lot longer. Okay. Oh, she's a beauty. Hey. Okay. I need to come on this side a little bit. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to go in with the buffer block. This is smoothing everything out. And there we go. It worked. It works, people. It worked. There you go for the inside. So this theory I had actually worked. I didn't test this for, I just grabbed a random nail, so it doesn't fit any of my nails, but you can see right there that it would just go on. So I would say this part probably needs to be drilled down a little bit, because if you put it on here, you can see, in my opinion, I feel like this right here near the base is a little too thick. So I'm actually going to go in. Oh. And I'm, uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to go at about a 45-degree angle just to take some of this thickness off right here near the cuticle area, so it looks a little more natural and will lay flatter. Like if this was for a nail that someone was actually going to be wearing. So now if you look at it now, see how it sits a little bit thinner. It's not as thick. So voila. Voila. Okay. Woo! So the theory has proven to be a good one. Now, this is another nail that I did, but this one is where I just took the tip and I put a nail form on and I extended this one out. So it was a short nail like this, but for this one, I did a nail form. That the reason why this was a little hotter, I don't have a finger, so I had to try to figure out how to get the nail form to stay. With this one, I took a tip. I lost my little thing with the tip on it. Well, anyway, I took a tip. Here it is. That looks like this. And I took a long, and let me show you guys the nail I'm talking about, because you're probably saying, what the hell is this lady talking about? I'm going to show you. I took a tip that looks like this. So this is the nail tip. I took this nail tip and I placed it over the, well, let me get one that actually fits, because I want you guys to really see what I'm saying I just did. Okay, here's a good one. So I took this nail tip and I placed it over the nail like this. I had a piece of two-sided tape to kind of hold it together. Then I went in with some nail glue to try to place it. some nail glue to place it. And right when I was about to lay my acrylic, the nail glue popped. So what I did was ended up holding this together with my fingers. And I started laying acrylic down here at the base where this tip is at. And I wanted to know, will the acrylic literally act as the bonding agent and make these two stay together to extend the nail out. So this is the finished product. It actually works. But again, it took me damn near an hour to do this. So I don't know. I do have some extra long nail tips that are supposed to be coming. That should be the full nail tip. But another thing you can do if you want to work extra long nails and you're doing your own nails, you can take this tip, and this is what I used to do back in the day, you know, being in the salon all day, couldn't make it to the nail shop and I ain't got time, but I'm going out and I need my nails done. I would take this nail tip like this, glue it to my finger, use a nail file to blend this down to where it's even with my nail. And then I would just go in and do my polish, any nail art, and go out. And if by chance a nail popped off the next day, I don't care because it was only a temporary thing. So I would call those old school pop-off nails. These are what we used. We didn't use the full nail like you guys use now. The old school pop-off nails was literally using this to apply your nail. You use your glue and your polish. And now we have gel polish. Back then, we were not using gel polish. So, yay, that works. So now that we're done with that, I have a product that I want to play around with. But we done been on live for an hour. So how about we say that for tomorrow? I have the Beatles Pokey Gel. No, it's not Beatles. It's Galactic Pokey Gel. So I actually want to go in with the Pokey Gel tomorrow. And then I have this really pretty. So we'll do that tomorrow to actually decorate this nail because I want to see how does the Pokey Gel by Galactic actually work. And if you guys aren't familiar with it, you're supposed to be able to use it. Like if I want to write something on here, like write my name or something like that, it's supposed to do all of this for me. And it's a fraction of the cost of another brand that I'm seeing on TikTok. So I want to know if that works. So we'll do that for tomorrow. Because baby, it's late. It's almost 11 o'clock. But here's the finished product. Let me show you all. This is that nail from the side. And this is the nail from the back. Okay, over here on YouTube, this is the nail. This is the nail from the side. And this is the nail from the back. I'm so proud of me. Thank you guys for joining me over on YouTube. Holla at your girl. And I'll see y'all later. Love you back. Mwah.